Welcome to GER Hub. In today's lesson, we shall be looking at entering data into SPSS from a questionnaire under our course code STA104, course title Statistical Computing. This is lesson objective 6 in this particular course. So this may not be the title of the course or course code in your school. However, please focus on the objective of the class. We want to introduce the students to how to impute data into SPSS from a questionnaire. So SPSS stands for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. Statistical Package for Social Sciences. Now, SPSS is a very good statistical software because it can help you run a lot of analysis. However, we shall be using it in today's lesson to show you how to enter data from a questionnaire. Now, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe to the channel. Please click the subscription button below and endeavor to turn on your notification bell so that you get notified anytime we go live or drop a new video. Surely you'll be the first person to know if you get your notification bell turned up. Please smash a like on this video. In today's video, let us give this video more than 100 likes so that it tells the YouTube algorithm to push the video upward for so many other persons to see. And you can also share the video. Please endeavor to like, share and subscribe. Now let's begin. So the lesson content is simple, just one lesson content. We are to look at imputing data from a questionnaire. So let's go over the steps. There are 3 simple steps. However, I'm going to be explaining each of those steps elaborately. So the first thing is to launch SPSS. The second step is to go to variable view and impute variable names. Okay, impute variable names and settings. So let me quickly correct that. Impute variable names and settings. So the third step will be the final step, which is to go to data view and enter the data appropriately. Please, this video only comes to show you how to impute data into SPSS. We shall not be considering how to analyze the data we've entered, but just to show you how to enter data into SPSS. So I have a sample questionnaire here, just an excerpt from a sample questionnaire that we shall be using to show you how to enter data. Now let us just quickly go through this questionnaire. So the questionnaire is Teachers' Perception on Cultism, TPK. Teenagers' Perception on Cultism. So this should be TPC. So that's the questionnaire. Now in this questionnaire, let's go over the questions. Question 1 says, can you recognize a cultist by looks? 7 persons, altogether 10 teenagers were sampled. 7 of them said yes to this particular item, and 3 of them said no. In other words, they cannot recognize a cultist by looks. The second question was, would you join a cult if asked to? Out of the 10 teenagers who were sampled or administered the questionnaire, 8 of them said yes and 2 said no. Then the third item was the question, are cult activities healthy for society? Yes came from 5 teenagers, no came from 5 teenagers, making a total of 10 teenagers. Now we shall be analyzing this questionnaire or entering data from this questionnaire. So let's quickly launch SPSS in the step 1. Let's launch. So I have SPSS version 23 in my system. So let's wait for SPSS to launch. Now that is what we shall be doing in this video. Please, I repeat again, we shall not be looking at analyzing the data from this questionnaire, but I'm going to be showing you certain things you need to know. So SPSS is open, guys. First step says go to launch SPSS, which we've done. Go to variable view. Now I'm going to be saying certain things which is very important. In SPSS, unlike Minitab or Excel or any other software, SPSS is set up in this manner. So there are 2 views, the data view highlighted in yellow as you can see, and the variable view highlighted in blue. But I can swap from view to view. If I want to move over to the variable view, all I need to do is click on it and it highlights yellow. And if I want to go back to the variable view, all I need to do is click on it. Now it is different from Minitab where you have the 2 panes in one plane. So please look at it this way. So we shall go to variable view. It is in the variable view you enter the variable names, and Once you finish or you are done with entering the variable names into the variable view, you can now come over to the data view to input your data. So let's go over to the variable view and enter our variable names. So I'm going to quickly do this. I'm going to use question 1 says, can you recognize a cultist by looks? So I'm going to call question 1, I'm going to give this a variable recognition of cultist. So I'm going to put recognition. Okay, now please take note of one thing. If you want to enter a variable name and you want it to be like a sentence, in SPSS you use underscore. Without underscore, that name will not hold. So if I want to put recognition of cultist, I will put recognition underscore of underscore cultist. Recognition of cultist. Okay, so recognition of cultist. So as soon as you put that and move away from that particular cell, SPSS will automatically give you these particular settings under type, width, decimals, label, values, missing, columns, alignment, measures, role. I'm going to come to that, but let's go to the next variable. So coming over here, you can see that we have the next question is, what would you join a cult if asked to? So I'm going to call that variable joining a cult, or consent. Let's call it consent to cultism. Consent to, okay, consent underscore cultism. So remember, underscore is used for variable names when you want more than one word to form your variable. And please don't even use numbers or symbols. So consent underscore cultism. Okay, now I'm going to leave that one and go to the third. In the third question, we have, are cult activities healthy for society? Are cult activities healthy for society? So I'm going to put impact of cult activities, impact of cultism. So let's call that variable impact underscore of underscore cultism. Okay, so good. Now when you leave this one just like you've done, it highlights. Now the values we want to put under these variables are numbers. So I will leave my type. Under type, I'm going to let it stay as numeric. However, if you were to put in categorical variables or statements or words, you could go with string, but I'm going to leave it as numeric since I am entering numbers into each of these variables. Now the width is okay, it is 8. The width is okay because the numbers are not that many. The numbers are not that many, so I'm going to let it stay as 8. So I'm going to cancel this. So width is okay. The number of decimals I want, how many decimal places, I'll let it stay as 2. And coming over to labels, label can help you just throw more light on the variables. Okay, so for labels, unlike recognition of cultism, you could just bring your question here. Let's bring this question here. Okay, let's bring this question. Can you recognize a cultist by looks? So I'm going to put here teenagers recognition of cultism, of cultists. So I'm going to put here teenagers recognition of, or teenagers, let's put it as teenagers ability to recognize a cultist. Good. So you will see I don't need any underscore here for label because I'm describing my variable in this case. Now, would you join a cult if asked to? I'm going to put here again teenagers consent to cultism. Then the last one, coming over here, you have are cult activities healthy for society? I'm going to put here teenagers perception on impact of cultism. Okay, good. So I'm done with label. So label will just help you to throw more light on your variable. Now when it comes to values, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Now under values, what you have to do is to code your data. Now you could use a Likert scale. In this case, yes and no. I could use 1 to represent yes and 0 to represent no, or 1 to represent yes and 2 to represent no. So let's quickly go over. So I'm going to put here value. I'm going to put 1 and I'll put yes. So any response that is yes, a yes response, I'm going to put 1. Then I'll go over to 2 and put no. Okay, good. So you add it, and what you have just done is to code the response. Now you don't need, if the response type is similar for all other questions, you don't need to repeat it. All you have to do, guys, is just to copy. You can copy this response, leave it, go back to it, and then copy the response. Okay, copy it and paste. Okay, so I'm going to copy and I'll paste it here because it is the same type of response, so you don't need to do that routine again. Just copy and paste. So I've done that. Now there are no values missing, so the missing component is okay. For colons, it stays as 8. It is still okay. Now you could also change alignment from right to left to center. I prefer center, so I'm going to change this from right to center. So let's let our values stay as center or stay centralized. Good. Then measures, scale, these are just types of measurement order. So I'm going to let it stay as nominal. I'm not using scale or ordinal. I'm going to let it be as normal. Since the choices were yes or no, I'm going to let all of them stay as nominal. Okay, so I'm going to be throwing light in my introduction, in my video on introduction to SPSS. I'm going to be throwing more light on all these items, so every other thing can stay the way they are, input for rows. So once you are done setting all these for in your variable view, you will now come over to your data view. In your data view, you can now see that all the variables we named in the variable view are now out here in the data view. Okay, so this is recognition of cultists. So let's go back. How many of them said yes? 7. So we are going to come over here and put 7 of them said yes. So and a yes, the code for yes is 1. So I'm going to put 1 1 1 1 1 1, and the remaining 3 said no. So 2 2 2. Okay, then for the other one, 8 of them said yes. So I'm going to put 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 2 2. The other one, I'm going to put each 5 of them said yes, and the remaining said no. 5 of them said yes, so that would be 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, this is 2 2 2 2 2 2. Good. And that is how you enter your data. Okay, so this is how to enter data in SPSS. Please endeavor to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Please do that, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Thank you very much.